Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building.
Who keep a job, both of them.
From the new film, Babes. That's out everywhere, May 24th. We have Michelle Buteau. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, all right. And Ilana Glazer.
Hi.
Hey,
Thanks
good
for
morning.
having us.
How you feeling this morning?
Good.
Feeling really good.
I mean, it's like Kwanzaa every day. Like there's a movie out.
It's crazy.
You wrote it, you started it, you produced it. She's a powerhouse. We
It's
out
in
here.
theaters, not just being thrown out on some streaming platform.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
right.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. Also, press is like such an insane part of the job, but to do it with Michelle, we have been just laughing so
It's
much.
loopy.
It's loopy.
I haven't figured out my
Loop-de-doop.
dosage yet, but I don't need it. Just do press. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's crazy, but it's fun because we're also comedians, and so we don't mind saying something or talking about something like 12,000 times.
Yeah.
And it's an
Over
important
and over and
you know what I mean?
over.
You do it
Like the
over and
day's
over, and you
spin
find
on
joy
it.
in it every time.
Yeah.
It's
No,
sort
you
of
don't.
just like, well, it's like married sex. You know, you got to use your imagination and get it right.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on.
So we got to ask some of the questions.
I
So
can't
you're
wait.
Here for Babes,
Did
so
you write the questions?
Not this one.
Hold on. In married sex, we try to switch it up. We try to do
Yeah,
new
that's right.
things.
Back
Yeah, and
shots,
you bring
missionary,
That's yes.
69, sometimes take an edible.
Oh,
Bro,
my
nobody asked.
goodness.
We didn't need no details.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I love them. I was like, absolutely.
Me too. I wanna
No
hear
69
more.
when you got a hemorrhoid because that's too vulnerable.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let's talk about
We
babes.
went the hemorrhoid to Babes. Okay. Now tell us what Babes is about for people that don't know.
So Babes is a movie, a heart comedy with a lot of heart about two best friends, lifelong friends who are in very different places in their lives. Michelle's character, Dawn, is married with 2 kids. My character, Eden, is a free spirit, spontaneous, totally naive to the responsibilities of parenting.
Yeah.
And when my character, Eden, gets pregnant, she decides to keep the baby, and it tests their friendship.
In
Now,
a crazy way.
was it a one-night stand that you got pregnant?
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh.
One-night stand.
Yeah, a very special one-night stand that touched this person,
Yeah.
Eden.
That's how I met my husband too. So like
One
you
night
never
stand?
know- Yes. I always say open your mind, your heart, and your legs to love because you never know when you're going to find it.
That's right.
But you were of a certain age when that happened, right?
What we talking about?
I'm talking about because there was a certain level of experience and growth that came with making a decision. Like
yeah, I was late 20s, early 30s, and so you have to be responsible. Too cute for bacteria. Get checked out.
Totally, totally.
On your sexuality, definitely have hard conversations with people. I am interested. I'm not interested. And what I do love about this movie is that I'm the only child, so I really call my friends my chosen family. And so it's always different when I have an argument with a cousin compared to like a best friend, because I'm like, I don't like this confrontation,
Yeah.
and I hope we're still friends after this.
Right.
And we've been friends for a very long time, and this is the first time we're really working together. And you work with your friend, you hope it ends well.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? And it was like stronger, like a Kelly Clarkson song, thank God, because I was like, we don't know how it's going to go, but it was amazing.
That is like such a risk. Like Michelle was so busy having just written and preparing to shoot the first season of Survival of the Fittest, her hit show on Netflix. And
They've seen it.
Yeah, she was up here before promoting.
yeah. Don't touch the mic. So we really had to like work it out to get Michelle, which was amazing. But the other thing is like the risk of like how could it turn out in the end? But we're like closer than even closer than before, which is
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, and it's also just beautiful working with just bomb ass women who have a vision and want to tell a story about, what happens to our bodies when we get pregnant in our relationships, not only with our partners, but with ourselves and then our friends. And then, what kind of like isolation you might be going through when you try to have a kid, and can you talk to anybody and can they relate? And how do you go back to work and have all this responsibility? So it's really like educating everybody, whether you have a kid or not, or whether you know somebody with a kid or whatever it is. And it's entertaining. And once Pamela Adlon was attached as a director, I'm like, this is going to be good.
Yeah, it was
Because,
fun.
she has 5 seasons of Better Things, and she's just a powerhouse too when it really comes to leaning into the truth of what like a real female experience is like.
And Ilana, you wrote this, right? Is this
Right.
like a I don't want to say an extension of Broad City, but Broad City told a very specific story of people in their 20s. But now it's like a woman in their like late 30s.
It's totally like related, the vibe, you know, and my character Eden is definitely similar to Ilana Wexler, the way she's like born out of me. I co-wrote it with Josh Rabinowitz, and he also wrote on Broad City. And with actually the late great Kevin Barnett, they were a writing team.
Oh man, rest in peace, that boy.
Yeah. And the character Claude is based on Kevin.
Wow.
The character that my character Eden gets pregnant by is based on Kevin, and it was really fun. We were like kind of writing in Kevin's voice, and
Stefan killed it.
Yeah, Stefan James killed it. Really, I think Kevin would be thrilled that Stefan
I know
was portraying him.
Yeah.
Was there ever any thought like this is what Eden is what Ilana would be doing now?
It like kind of, you know, like it's totally related, and she's, you know, she's chill, she's a stoner, she's weird, you know, in the same way that anything that I make that's like really in my voice is going to be related to me in that way.
Now, Michelle, you have babies. So did you enjoy pregnancy? Because some people enjoy pregnancy, they love it, and some people just absolutely positively hate it. Like Jess is not here today because every once in a while she gets tired of pregnancy.
She's 6 months pregnant.
Tired. Yeah, she's 6 months pregnant.
She okay?
No. It's one of those things when you ask her if she's okay, she's like, yeah, I'm good, like most women do. And then you're like,
take a break.
Right.
It's hard for us to say no because there aren't a lot of opportunities for us,
Right.
especially to get paid equally. And so we got to show up and grow a body, and like hopefully our uterus don't drop out on the floor when we're trying to interview somebody and be cute.
That's right.
Exactly. And so pregnancy for me, this was like a very interesting movie for me to do because my body couldn't carry my kids, so we went down the surrogacy route. And so, you know, for me, I really wanted to honor what it was like to be pregnant because I never had that experience. So I'm also learning as a woman what that's like. But what I did bring to the table was being just a tired ass mom of 5-year-old twins. Where it's like, if I didn't have kids, I'd probably play this character like, hey, everyone, I got applesauce. But when you're tired, just like, who want it? Open it.
Go
it's
get it
there.
yourself.
Go get your applesauce. You know what I mean? And so, you know, just even the nuance of like loving your family, but the way you really talk to them when you're tired like that. And especially as a comedian, I want to make it light and bright and funny and fun. And so the great thing about the writing with Josh and Ilana, and then also the directing with Pamela, she's just like, you ain't got to say anything. Just be still. And comedians, it's hard for us just to like hear silence. And I'm like, shouldn't we fill it with a joke? And she's like, no, you are tired. Stare off into space. And I was like, oh, that's why I go to the bathroom and take my phone when I'm at home. That's right. It's my me time.
Your me time, yeah.
Yes.
And the movie opens up with this unbelievable labor scene that Michelle does, and the way that you conjured, it's so funny because it's so real, the way that you like conjured that.
I love physical comedy.
It was
That's
so
the only kind
real.
of cardio I be getting is physical comedy. It's so fun. It really is fun. I feel like people just don't let themselves fly anymore. But I also love these conversations too because I even have family members that will forget that I did not give birth because I am so in motherhood. And there's no shame to this story. I think there's beauty in alternative family planning and alternative love. And you don't have to be blood related to somebody to love them, which is like, you know, what Babes is about too. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't mind at all. And it's not a mistake or a mishap on anybody. It's like, it's my story and I don't mind sharing it at all. And like surrogacy was not legal in New York when I was going through it. And so I stomped with Andy Cohen in Albany and it's overturned now. And so, you know, gestational surrogacy is legal. So if you know, have to go down that route, like whatever you want, like whether it's a kid or a career, whatever you want, I want that for you. Just be a crazy bitch and go get it.
I'm not a woman, so I can't speak to this totally.
Oh, we know
That's right.
But I would feel like, you know, I feel like motherhood and carrying a child is two different things. Because you can be a surrogate that carries the child, but you're not taking the journey of motherhood.
That's what
and also like how hard you worked to get to that place where, you know, took you years to get to this place that you worked so hard.
5 years, 4 losses.
Ooh,
wow.
You worked so hard to get your babies.
Yeah. And also did comedy at the same time. You know what it is.
Oh my Lord.
I'm sure you guys have been through hard stuff. I don't know what you've been through. Sometimes you share so much every day. You have to keep something for yourself.
Right.
But, you know, I think there is power in sharing because then you do make people feel less alone.
Right.
And also it's cathartic for you. So I don't mind.
I'm learning a lot by watching. I mean, I'm married with 4 kids, but I'm learning a lot by watching Jess because she comes in here every morning. She does the show. But then she's flying to Charlotte to do stand-up this weekend.
Wow.
You know? So it's just
No.
it's that grind. I'm like, damn.
No.
Wow.
Oh, you know what? We talk about this all the time. Rest is also productive. That's okay. Sit down.
She took a day off this week, and I was happy because most people don't want. They feel like they don't want to lose the opportunity.
Right.
But she hit us and she was like, "Guys, I'm fine. Everything's okay. I'm just taking a day."
Right.
And I respected that.
Yeah.
You
That's the hardest one. You know, we have this like pulse and pulsing and pulsing to go, especially in New York. And you want to like show up as though you're at the front of the line too. So it's a real act of strength. To pause.
I hope she gets a nice foot rub.
Me too.
You know,
Ilana, you Michelle is in this film with you. Y'all been friends for 20 years, right? When you write something, how do you know this is the best person for the role, or this is my friend? Like, how do you know?
You know, like when I was writing this with Josh, we were also kind of writing it with our producer, Susie Fox. So Susie was the dawn in between us because Josh's wife and I were pregnant at the same time. We didn't know. I can't believe you have 4 kids. Mazel tov.
4 daughters, yeah.
Ooh, 4 daughters?
Wow.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That is cool.
That
How many bathrooms
rules.
do you have?
1, 2, 5.
Oof. That is a sign of royalty.
Yes.
Damn,
that is empire
You
building.
have made it. That's your ancestors' wildest dreams. That is
incredible.
That's the 40 acres and a mule.
Oh my God.
5 bathrooms.
So Susie was in Michelle's role, had a 1 and a 3-year-old. Josh's wife was pregnant, and I was pregnant. So we didn't know, we were like my character who didn't know how hard it is to raise a kid and work and also be a person if you can manage it. So we like kind of had our character dynamic filled as we were writing it. But then once we started getting to casting, we like wrote it and were greenlit to make the movie quicker than I think usually happens. And when we were in the casting mode, like, I was getting these, we were talking about lists of actresses, women that, I admire, who I've watched in movies for years, but to see them like on a list, it was so flattening. I've been saying, like, do you remember when Mitt Romney was like, I have binders full of women?
Oh, McConnell.
No, Mitt Romney.
It was Romney, not
when
McConnell?
He was like running, I guess, for president.
Oh, yeah. That is so Utah.
It was so.
That's very Mormon.
It was Mormon. It was, and he was like talking about binders full of women. And that's like what it was. And I was like, this process is like, so this is not hot, especially where I come from in comedy and like being inspired and writing characters based on people. And Michelle came to me in a dream. It was like the thing so obvious, it's right in front of your nose. And I became obsessed, like literally like her.
She forced me into it. I was like, this is a great script. I love you. I'm busy. She's like, no, bitch, you can do this. I said, I'm potty training 3-year-olds right now. I don't even.
And I'm not a forceful person. I do not like to force. I love consent. I do not like to force people. It was consensual. It was consensual by the time she said yes.
By the time I said yes.
But but I was just like, damn, like this can't. I really can't see this as anybody but you, because like Michelle is so funny, but so emotional and like has such a big heart, and she was the only person who could capture both sides.
And you
of this.
really wanted a major movie release, because with so many people doing Netflixes and Tubies and YouTube movies and this, you wanted to be in a major movie.
I mean, I could only dream. I could only fantasize about that. The fact that Neon wanted to do that was so exciting, and they've expanded the theatrical release bigger than we thought. We thought it would be, I think, 500 theaters max, but they've expanded it to like 1,000 so far. So we are praying.
I think it's a great time because I like going to the movies. Like that's just something I enjoy doing. Like it's good for my mental and emotional health.
Or late night.
I like going to matinees, you know, but I don't mind like a 6 o'clock, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I like getting my popcorn, my peanut M&Ms. So I'm at the point now where I'm looking for, because so many limited movies coming to theaters. I'm just looking for things that seem good to go see.
I hope you like it.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's dope.
I got 7 bedrooms too, by the way. I just thought about it.
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you
7?
You have a housekeeper every day. You have to have somebody come in every day. You do. No, this adulting. I just graduated because I need the
I
help.
don't want to,
That's okay. You don't fold your laundry, do you?
No.
No, you're too busy for that.
No, but God is good.
7 bedrooms,
Yes, all the
4
time.
girls, 2 parents.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Now, Ilana, I read what you said that your character on Broad City also named Ilana.
Yeah.
You said people thought that was you. It took you for that for years. Do you think that if you had used a different name, people would still feel that way?
I know. I think it would have changed things for sure.
Yeah.
And I guess it's because we also started as a web series that we were like just being ourselves.
Yes.
It was like less less reason to be like protective or something, but definitely. And you know, I get it. I get why people mix it up. I mixed it up. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm her. And then it like took a while, especially it took it ending to realize that I was me.
Ooh, how long did it take to get a character like that out of your system?
Like probably 3 years.
Yeah.
To like realize, you know, and
it's baked in your DNA. When
Yeah.
you do something and care about something 24/7, 365, it's very hard to let it go.
yeah, and like doing a lot of work to grow into a new person. Thank God.
Yeah. It's like a lovely breakup. It's like a part of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of put her down.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And she's there. She's in 50 episodes.
So good.
We got her.
Yeah.
Did y'all talk about some of the cravings women have? Like, you know, I know my wife wanted ice cream and strawberries every morning.
Oh.
Jess
Did she
will
get
eat-
it?
Of course.
Yes.
Jess wanted tacos, and she eats lasagna at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I'm down with the savory.
and burritos.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, Savory.
You know what's so funny is that I called my surrogate and asked her if she had any cravings, and she's like, I hate spaghetti with tomato sauce, and I just want it every day. And I was like, they're my kids. Because I'm a pasta hoe.
that's
morning,
so funny.
noon, and night. I love pasta.
Is it pasta or the carbs?
It's just pasta. I don't like bread, but pasta, lo mein, cacio e pepe, a rigatoni with the vodka sauce.
I had a
Carbone.
seafood
That sound
pasta
like
yesterday.
carbone right
Oh
there,
my!
right?
Was it like a squid ink with like the
It
lobster
was
and the
lobster, shrimp,
Yes,
mussels,
but like a good
and
shrimp?
crab meat. Yes.
yes, with the little red chili pepper flakes. Oh, and a nice little buttery Chardonnay. Get the little green apple on the back.
Right, we hungry now. We hungry
You're
now.
such a sommelier, Mish. You like
What
really
I
got it.
What do you like? What's the difference between films and television, Michelle?
I mean, besides the paycheck and the time on set, just kidding. I think with TV, you have to tell a story a lot faster. You have to get to it. But with film, there's time to breathe and grow and think about what you could do and stuff. And the editing process is probably harder because you have so much more stuff, because you can play around. But either way, as a comedian with a lot of heart, I mean, it's really such a blessing to be doing this. I mean, I remember you from like the Viacom days where we weren't even getting paid.
Yeah.
Like Wendy Williams, Gong show at Caroline's or whatever.
That's right.
Wow.
I never got gonged.
You never got gone.
No, I never got gone. So like, you know, when people are just like, well, how's it feel to be doing all this stuff? It's just like, I've been doing all this stuff for free for like 20 years and now I'm just getting paid. You know what I mean? Thank God we age well because it takes a while.
I loved First Wives Club. I don't know how me and my wife just ended up going down a First Wives Club rabbit hole one
Oh,
weekend.
no, on BET Plus or Netflix?
It was Netflix.
Thank God.
on Netflix.
I mean, no shade to BET Plus. Thank
Nah, it
you.
was
So
Netflix.
this is the best $11.99 you'll ever spend, but it's easier to find. No, we got to see the Martin rerun somehow. But like Netflix is such a great platform, and so I'm so glad so many more people got to see it because Jill Scott is so funny.
The whole cast though.
Yeah,
I know, and you were-
Ronrico Lee, yum, delish.
And I was gonna ask, how did being a mom change you just in life, right? I always say when I have my kids, you look at money differently, right? Because you think,
Oh,
damn, I got to
yeah.
pay for high school, I got to pay for college, I got to pay for this. So how has being a mom changed you just in life? And everything scares me now. The other day we were walking in the city, and my daughter just graduated from college, and
Oh my
Congratulations.
God,
thank you.
That's
So
so sweet.
it was NYU, so they block off the
Oh my
street, so they have
gosh.
like this huge thing.
Wow.
And while
Yeah.
she's enjoying herself with her friends, I'm like, what happened if her car breaks through this barricade? I'm like,
know.
looking at everybody with a book
You turn
bag.
to
just to-
Liam Neeson in every movie. You're
Absolutely.
like, what is gonna happen?
Absolutely.
You check all the perimeters.
And you think you could do it something if something does happen. I'm like, you're thinking like, I'm gonna dive and grab her and push.
Totally.
Look, I will drive over a bridge when they were like little babies and be like, okay, we get off this bridge. I'm gonna go in the back, get both car seats at the same time, like stick them in my bra and start swimming like a plus size mermaid. Like you think of all types of stuff. But for me, being a parent, I didn't think about money. My creative process, I felt freer. I was like,
Oh, I love
life
that.
is beautiful and it's meant to be lived, and it's a miracle that we're here. So let's just fly, baby. And thank God, like that's when the money started coming. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. And I think that's like not a coincidence. You know,
Yeah.
there's like this like magnitude that you're pulling where you're like, I'm in my own world, and like then you become the sun just pulling in the other elements.
Yes, come on, yoga class, burning candle, donation only, downward dog, shavasana. Let's go.
I've been like taking so much more pleasure in comedy and like less stress, less like more from the inside out, I think is what becoming a mom has given me, where it's like, and that same pull too, where like, you know, I don't know, I used to like stress or be like more anxious about stand up and TV and film, but now it's like I'm really like drinking it in, and my baby is 3 years old, so I'm still in that like sort of baby phase and just enjoying how like insanely cute it is. I can't even believe, but I know I'm going to be a wreck.
Oh, I'm
in the
very
teen years.
anxious. I'm a helicopter, a lawnmower, and I used to like. I'm not even like
A lawnmower.
yeah.
I get called, my oldest is 15. She called me a helicopter dad. What is a lawnmower dad?
I mean, lawnmower is like I will drive over you to get it done. Like I'm glad that you think you could climb this tree. You can't. Let me get you down, okay? And my husband's European, and so it's very different being married to a person that grew up in a place where the government actually takes care of them. So he's like, let them see what happens. I'm like, no, okay, we don't have a PPO. Let's just not do that. City MD is open 24 hours, but I don't want to find out. So like, you know, I do want them creatively. I'm just like, fly, baby. But physically, he's just like, let them see. So we're doing swimming lessons and stuff. But also one thing I realized as like coming from a big Caribbean family, I'm telling my kids, you don't have to say hi to everybody. You know what I mean? You don't have to kiss everyone on the cheek. You don't have to sit on their lap. You don't have to hug them. Like this is your body.
Right.
So if you don't feel like doing all that, you don't have to. Because I was always just, you know.
Same.
You know?
Yep.
And that's weird for a lot of
Same.
like my Caribbean family. But I'm like, I don't care. Let them do what they want to do.
Yeah. It's gross. You don't have to kiss.
You don't have to.
Your body.
You don't have to sit on everyone's lap. We good.
Yeah. Totally.
So you don't let them say hello to people?
If they
She
want
didn't say
to, yeah, no, they're polite. They're actually very
Like you
sweet.
say hello, I get the kiss on the
Just not to
cheek.
I know
everybody.
exactly what you're saying.
Do you know
But
what I
I even
mean?
think
Like-
about how when we were raised, like, give me a kiss.
Yeah, like
same.
Don't kiss her.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, go over there and say hi. That's your uncle. I never met this man.
Yeah,
Who's this guy?
totally. I got to be
So-
enveloped by some man. No
Yeah,
thanks.
like no, I'm
thank
good.
you.
I mean, they're very polite and they like
Totally.
people, but they
Right.
get overwhelmed too. Like I
Yeah.
just did Colbert the other night, and the whole team was in the room, and they're like, "Mama, do I have to say hi to everybody?" I said, "No, you
Nope.
don't. You could
Yeah.
just go like this, or just look the other way.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
protect yourself.
That's right.
And I
Yeah.
think that we have this weird thing in our mind where we think, you know, you learn boundaries at a certain age.
Right.
Like
right.
if a 2-year-old, I got a 2-year-old at home too. If a 2-year-old says
Wow.
no,
God.
Yeah,
give me a hug. No, I don't want to.
yeah.
Respect it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Same.
Yes, and us
Beautiful.
creating a safe space for them to put up a boundary is
Right.
nice too.
That's right.
Because you know, I
Oh my
live in the
God.
Bronx. My kids are gonna be going to public school. You know, they're gonna have to learn boundaries and protect themselves with the kids
You're
and
gonna
the
send
teachers.
your kids to the Bronx
I need you
public
to do
school.
more movies, Michelle. We
Is that-
need more movies, more TV.
Your kids are gonna go to the
gotta
Bronx.
get out the Bronx.
We need more federal funding for
It's
education,
true.
so
It's
I can
true.
go have my
It's
kids go
true.
to a public school.
Jesus
no, I went to a
Christ.
Catholic
The
school.
Bronx
and
is the
that's-
only place I'm all for gentrification.
Jesus.
Their
Only
faces.
place.
Their
I'm
faces.
all for it.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
I know, because
we'll
I
see
went to
what
public
happens.
schools too, and I'm also like, private school is just such a foreign thing to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you learn what the world is like?
I went
but
to Catholic school, and there was like more people. There was more girls doing fast things and more drugs. And
Yeah.
I mean, I played soccer with this like.
Ooh.
We played soccer against this like all-girl Catholic high school, and I remember so many of the girls got pregnant. They needed a maternity uniform.
What?
What?
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Isn't that insane? So I don't know. There's something nice about public school where it's like shared community, but also please have a metal detector.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Bronx, though.
Yeah.
Woo.
Wow.
She's right though. You just need more. You need to invest more into the school.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I shouldn't have to make more money to send my kids somewhere
Right.
nicer.
That's
This
right.
is this is
That's
the
your
country
neighborhood.
we live in. I'm voting for you. You know,
Right.
you have my tax dollars. I don't
Right.
want potholes and just like, you know, tired teachers.
Yeah.
You know, healthcare shouldn't be a luxury.
Right.
Right.
How important is the female bond and friendship when you have like these big things happen in your life, like giving birth, like these big life changes?
I mean,
it's everything.
yeah, it's like the foundation, I think.
Yeah.
And also like just to hear like the real minutia and the real details of how you're doing it. That was something when we were making Babes between Pamela and you and me to talk about how we actually get it done. It's like new ideas for like
Yeah.
lunches or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like so useful.
Yeah. It was definitely, I realized that all of us use our time very wisely.
Yeah, right.
And for me, being the first time creator starring in, working with Pamela, who's a creator starring in 5 seasons, then also Ilana, I was like, this is just like a beautiful ass masterclass. And then going to my set and working with Tasha Smith and Garcelle Bouvet, I'm just like, you know, there is a sisterhood no matter where you're from. And it's like, if you don't talk about it, like my therapist isn't always available and she's expensive. So you gotta talk to your friends.
How much an hour?
How much an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my God, really?
Your therapist.
Okay. It was $250, now it's $175.
$250?
Well, I got a lot of feelings.
Cameraman said that's what I was paying.
$250?
Thank you. So even the cameraman's like, see, yeah.
Oh no, you gotta heal me for $250.
Yeah.
You gotta
I gotta
hit
hit
me for
$250.
You need some Reiki and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah, it was
yes.
a lot. It was a lot.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is Survival of the Tickets coming back?
It is.
Okay,
We're in the
okay.
writer's room. We're going to be filming season 2. And I got like a crazy ass show coming up at Radio City Music Hall
Yeah.
on
The
June
First,
6th.
did I read that right? You're the first
The first
woman?
woman ever to tape a special at Radio
Okay.
City
Oh,
Music Hall.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so
Congrats.
much.
June
Yeah.
6th. Get
Yeah,
your
I'll put you on
tickets.
the list if you can get a babysitter. Y'all got a lot of kids.
Would love to.
Okay.
Why'd you choose Radio City? Just for the historical aspect of it? or-
No. I opened for Jonathan Van Ness, who is on Queer Eye on Netflix. I opened for them in 2019 and didn't even realize that I could play a stage like that
Right.
because I've never been given the opportunity before. And I got a standing ovation after a 15-minute set. And I was like, what is this feeling?
Right.
This is like, why am I doing this unless I'm challenging myself? And so I always had my eye on the prize, but never thought I could do it because, I don't want to constantly talk about what women are not getting paid.
Right,
But it's like those dreams aren't always in the budget. And then I realized like, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for like a higher power, a greater purpose. For me growing up, it was like Whoopi Goldberg and Sinbad. There's
Right.
got to be more.
Right.
And so I just always want black, brown, fat, queer, whatever, whoever to like at least see my set and be like, oh my God, Radio City, I didn't even know I can go see the Roques, let alone film a special there. And so when I just want to look at the place. You ever go like on a housing tour and just look at the house you can't afford just to see what it would look like and feel like. And so that's what it was like. And I was like, who else, like what other females performed here and taped a special? It's kind of like looking at an apartment and be like, anyone die here? And you gotta know the information before you. And they were like, no one. And then I got the goosies, the right nipple got hard because that's the one that really is awake now. And I said, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do it. And so June 6th, yes, everybody come out and, bring 2,000 of your friends.
Let's go.
And let's
go.
make it happen. I'm excited.
Come on, New York.
I also want to take a hot shit every time I think about it.
That's good. I mean, it means something to you.
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like one of your rituals?
Yes.
Hot shit when the anxiety kicks in?
Oh, yeah. It keeps me regular.
Now,
It's like a ritual. That's beautiful.
Ilana, the title Babes.
Yeah.
Like some people would say babes can be a derogatory term depending on the context. It can be offensive depending on the context. So why the title Babes?
I mean, we went through a lot of titles. I'd love to be called a babe.
I was going to ask, is
Yeah,
babes
I was like,
derogatory?
where?
Is
In
babes a bad
Iowa?
thing?
I mean, I see what you mean.
Yeah, they some people it's not widely considered, but
Yeah,
some people,
yeah.
depending on the context, it
Like
can-
diminutive or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
to a
yeah.
woman. But I love it. We just had a list of titles. And,
Yeah, you did.
John-
They
John-
were good.
and they were sort of like also like punny, and it was like ew. And Josh pitched Babes, and it was like also I think the scope we were going for, like we really wanted to make a studio comedy that had a lot of heart, something really funny, but that you also could tear up or cry at. And Babes just felt like it was putting the movie on the map where it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
Babes, I know. Josh,
Babes having babes.
Yoshi. he did it.
Do y'all care about wokeness when you're writing now? Do you worry about things like that?
Oh, here we go.
I'm just asking. Like, do you care, or do you just write?
I mean, also like wokeness at this point, like the term, what is it? Like who is slinging the term
Yeah.
changes the meaning of it.
Mm.
But I feel like, I don't know, just holding values of like humanizing characters and letting different kinds of people be complicated and complex keeps the dignity in both the writing and then for the people performing those roles. So other than that, I'm not even sure what that means.
Yeah.
Like
I think wokeness, the term woke is I think a lot of performers are sort of weaponizing that word because, it's a lot of like, you can't say stuff. It's like, you can say stuff, but is it funny?
Right.
Did you work hard enough on it to make it funny?
Right.
So, we can talk about things and we can say raunchy, hard, whatever stuff, but, make it funny. If not funny, then thought-provoking. Don't be lazy when you're making that much money is all I'm saying.
That's very true. Does comedy have to offend to be good?
I mean, I feel like hot sauce should offend to be good, but I don't know about comedy. You know what I mean?
Like it should really burn.
Yeah, make me feel something. I guess.
And it's like
that's a great analogy, by the way.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess offending is subjective.
Because it's like pushing an edge up against what you're normally allowed to talk about. So I guess it would offend people. Like, people are calling this movie so raunchy and I don't know, raunch-com. And I'm like, it just feels real to me. So if I'm not offending someone else to make a joke, I'm using myself and someone else happens to be offended by it. You know what I mean? So I guess it does have to be offensive in that way because it's pushing up against what's normally allowed.
I've seen people say the movie is raunchy, and it makes me wonder, do they really think it's raunchy, or is certain topics about women just make certain people uncomfortable?
I think that's it.
Of course,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, women, go through your shit, but be quiet about it.
Right.
Show up, but don't be too sexy. Just be sexy enough that, we can tolerate you.
Right.
Have the baby. Why don't you want a baby? Okay, but get back to your baby weight. You know what I mean? It's like, what are all these rules we have on our bodies? Also, can we just live and talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really talk in the movie like we talk.
Yes.
I see why that would offend some people.
Yeah, it's also like, we play like lifelong friends from Queens, and so I'm from Jersey, she's from Long Island. This is just how we speak to each other, whatever. And so people find it offensive when I say hello, and I'm like, and truly, because I'm married to a Dutch guy, and I used to make a joke about it because he's like, "Why are you so aggressive?" I was like, "I just asked you how you wanted your eggs."
Yeah.
But how did you ask it?
How you want your eggs?
That's aggressive.
But in my mind, I think he only heard DMX. Like, how you want your eggs? Whites. This is how I sound.
Yeah.
That is an interesting point, though. You can make people uncomfortable just by forcing them to have a discussion.
Yeah.
So no,
I know you know.
Yeah. So now we got to talk about these issues now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Why do you think people are so afraid to sort of run into the burning building of conversation?
I don't know. I think that we need to open it up. I think we need to set buildings on fire on purpose sometimes just to have the discussion.
I think people don't want to be truthful, though. And I think they fear truth because with this society, you get canceled for saying the wrong thing, regardless of what you believe in. So I think a lot of people, they look at what social media goes to, and then they follow like sheep.
Which makes me wonder if you even believe what you say you believe. Because if you say you believe something, you would have no problem saying it no problem discussing it.
I know. So it's almost like everyone has like a dual personality, who they are with their friends and who they are on social media.
Right.
Yeah. It is hard too, though, because social media is a revolving resume. So if you do speak truth to power, you could lose jobs and representation and friendships.
Right.
And so, I always thought the hardest part about being a parent would be like, raising them, the money, the bullying, the racism, but also like trying to figure out how to teach my kids how to define their worth and power without likes and followers. It's something I don't even know how to wrap my mind around right now. Like, I don't even know how, like, especially having 4 girls.
I don't let them use social media.
Oh.
No.
What?
I don't let them use it. Especially when you read all of these stories about how a lot of these big tech guys, they don't even let their kids use the platform.
Right, yeah. Right.
And I'm reading this
Steve
great
Jobs
book.
didn't even want his daughter to have a phone.
Right,
There's a great book now out called The Anxious Generation.
That's right.
And it just talks about how social media, I mean, we knew this already, but it just really goes in depth on how it's just ruining people's mental and emotional health, especially kids.
Right. Yeah.
So why would I let my kids use it?
Are you on your phone around your kids?
Yes, but I try to practice good habits and not be.
Yeah.
So I try to just put it away.
Yes.
especially like tonight. We got this cuddle time tonight. We'll be watching movies on the couch.
Yeah, I love that. Come on, Moana, let's go.
See, I teach the older ones to use it as a tool, right?
Okay.
I have one that just graduated from NYU, and she's 22. She's doing real estate, so I teach her how to use it as a tool to promote herself. I have a 20-year-old who goes to University of Miami, and I teach him how to use a tool. I have six.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Me and my wife been together 30 years, so
God
6.
bless you.
But the younger ones, not, but they're into dance. So, but that's how they communicate with their dance friends, because they send each other dances through YouTube. But as long as it's private, I don't have a problem with it. But I tell them, teaching them to use it as a tool.
Okay.
And they've been pretty good with it and not letting it affect them. And I think that's the best.
And even conversations around sex, the male gaze, and even owning their sexuality, if they like want to wear a bra or not, and a crop top and stuff, is that something that you leave to your wife, or do y'all do it together, or sometimes you do it too? Like, because you can't stop doing it, you got to keep having that conversation, right?
For me, it's my wife.
Okay.
But I give my kids the jokes regardless. Like, they give me jokes, I give them jokes. It is whatever it is. But when it comes to that sex conversation, my wife definitely 1,000% leads, and I just fall into place because it's still uncomfortable. Like, my daughter's 22, and it's like she has a boyfriend. I don't want to know. If y'all having problems, whatever, go talk to mom.
Can you look at the boyfriend and know if he's a good dude?
He is a good dude.
Okay.
I do like him. They actually, the last semester, they've been staying at my house.
Same bedroom?
Same bedroom.
Wow, Dad, you so
Love you,
progressive.
Dad. Love you, Dad.
But I'm gonna tell you why. Me and my
I was
wife.
30 years old in separate bedrooms until we were married.
But you know why? Me and my wife. We were together.
Catholic.
We were together in college, right? She
right.
She went to Old Dominion. I went to Hampton University. So my last year, my parents and her parents were like, "Yo, they're always together. Why are we paying for separate places?
Fully.
Right.
Put them together."
Yeah,
and we
it's
did.
all about the money.
And it's the same thing. They've been together for 3 years. They're always together, and they're in our house. So
wasn't y'all married though?
In college? No.
When y'all got married early?
No, we got married at 22, but we were in college, 19, 20, 21. We were together.
I mean, it took me longer to graduate college, but I do appreciate that.
Yeah, so they do stay in the same bed, and he does stay. And I like him because I can see how he's around the other kids. I see how he's around when he's with my wife. If groceries come, he's grabbing the groceries. If there's dishes there, he's washing the dishes. He's
gotta earn his keep. You giving him free room and board, he better.
But you can't teach thoughtfulness.
No, you can't.
Like, you just have it, you know? Right. And I always said, I don't need to marry somebody rich. I just need somebody with ambition and who's thoughtful. Because money can always come.
That's right.
You still you still feel that way now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be able to be with someone who wasn't excited about something for themselves.
Right.
Like, have your own life.
Yeah.
Like, I push him out all the time. I'm like, go out with your boys. Because he doesn't mind staying home. I'm like, go out. And that's the thing about this movie, too. All the men in this movie are good men.
That's right.
Like, my character has a supportive husband who's like, you should go out. Stop trying to breastfeed. Nothing's happening. Get stressed. Go. And I love that representation for men, especially brown men, because Hassan Minhaj. Yeah, he plays my husband, and it's just like, and it's very Queens if you think about it. It's giving Queens public school for real. But yeah, I feel like we don't see enough of that because it feels like it's always like, oh, what am I gonna do? The baby's coming.
Right.
Oh, my favorite thing is ruined. It's like, your favorite thing is surf and turf. Shut the fuck up and we'll go to Sammy's.
But do y'all like to go out? Do y'all like to go out in your own relationship? Do you like to go out with girls' night, or do you say, nah, I'd just rather be home with the family?
You know, I have friends, like, I'm friends with the same amount of like men and women, especially when you do comedy. You're friends with
totally.
So like, it is what it is. And comedy is like a night out. So if I do a show, I'm like, the kitten heels on.
Yeah.
You know, give her the white wine, put some ice in it so it can last longer.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I like to have people over. I'm a host now.
Me too. I like it.
I mean, I only have 3 bathrums, but I'll host.
Yeah. I like
You
cuddle
got 3
time.
bathrooms in the Bronx? God is good.
I know.
That's
wow.
right. That's
Amen.
right.
Yeah, I know.
I like to stay in. I like to cuddle, like Charlamagne does. But also, like, you know, if I'm going out for comedy, it's like I'm out. I'm seeing the whole community. I'm seeing the people. So I feel
the V-neck is on.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
Were y'all intentional about the men you chose to be in a film like this? So you got Hassan Minhaj and Oliver Platt and John Carroll Lynch. Were you intentional, or is it like
Hassan was intentional for sure, and also, like, you know, in comedy and in this movie and in my experience, it's all so derived from real people that I know who've been doing it and in comedy for so long. So Hassan, I called and asked.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've known him for a really long time. We used to do the road together. We did colleges together because they would book us for like Black History Month, LOL. Yeah. And he also is, you know, working with 2 kids.
Right,
and
right.
so it was nice that we all brought our tired parent experience and added comedy to it. And he's such a good actor. He's such a good actor.
Such a good
it's
actor.
It's nice to see comedians in a different light.
I know. He really like gave it. He really gave like the heft to his character too. And he's not just like this like great husband who's like so happy to be there. He's also annoyed. He's exhausted.
It's a lot.
He's upset or whatever. He was great. And the other guys kind of came later. Oliver Platt, that was really cool. Real New York cast. Oliver Platt, John Carroll Lynch, Sandra Bernhardt, crazy.
Yeah.
Now you from Long Island, right? What part?
Yeah, from Suffolk County, North Shore.
Suffolk. No, you're from Jersey. What part?
Yeah, Trenton.
Trenton, New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
Hood.
You know what? I was on the other side of the tracks.
Okay. Was
The
Trenton
other side of the track in Trenton?
I didn't even know there was the other side of the track in Trenton.
I go there for my daughter's cheerleading competition, and it just looks like a very like a factory town almost.
Yeah, Trenton takes, the world makes. Or whatever the fuck. What was it? Trenton makes,
Trenton
the world
makes,
takes.
the world takes.
I don't know. I'm dyslexic. I'm glad I'm not there anymore.
You glad you're not there?
You're not glad? You glad you're not there?
You left
But you're in
Trenton
the
to go to
Bronx.
the Bronx.
I was in Bed-Stuy for a while, and I love the community in Bed-Stuy, but I was like, you know, I have dogs and kids now. I was like, I need windows and doors and stuff. And so
you look at water.
Yeah, and I live by the water. The Bronx is interesting. There's a different soul to the
You
Bronx.
live on the other side of the Bronx. She's not the Bronx that you thinking of, Charlamagne.
Oh,
No,
When she said by the
I'm
water,
in
that
City
just
Island. I'm in City Island.
She's off of City
okay,
Island.
Yeah. So if you want to come over and get gout, come to City Island. We got all the crab legs. You can eat like a
Come
fat
over and
king.
get
Come on.
gout.
Always say the
Gout.
craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida.
What's that?
The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida.
Oh my God. I went to college in Florida.
My God,
I
Michelle.
actually went to Florida. No.
What a life.
I'm a mess. Thank God I have freckles so I look friendly, but she crazy. I went to Florida International University, but I want to go to U of M because all my cousins went there, but I wasn't smart enough. And so, you know, it was interesting. But it was
nice.
fun. What I love about South Florida is like closer to more, like most Caribbean countries than like U.S. states. So you get this like crazy flavor of just like loving your body and celebration of your body. And it's a very interesting, it's a good education, I think, outside of school too. That's when I started going to like strip clubs for fun. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
There's a pool on campus. Like my son is having the best time ever. Like,
So cool. What a
like,
party,
yeah,
Sam.
it's the coolest thing. Yeah, but Babes comes
Go see
out
Babes,
this week.
man. May 24th.
This week, Babes comes out. And we appreciate you guys for joining us. Thank you so much on this
Thank
Friday.
you.
One last question. What does success look like for y'all in regards to Babes?
You know,
goodness.
success has changed. The question you asked before about having kid, how it's changed me. Success has changed for me into like taking pleasure in the process. So Babes is already a success for me. I'm having so much fun and had so much fun. Thank you for doing it. You are so funny and amazing. So
Thank you for having.
it's a success.
What
for
about
me
you,
already.
Michelle?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like there should be a jump off. Like more female powerhouses should be telling stories about their bodies. Especially with what's happening in America.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know, culture means something. Books are getting banned, laws are fucking being made. So make the movie and the TV shows while you can, and let's not stop there. Like, let's have a hilarious comedy about trans people, like a trans rom-com? I don't know. Or like non-binary people, like, you know, as we are evolving and learning about like what we can and cannot do or whatever, it's just like, let's just tell more stories for us, by us, so we can educate and entertain.
We need Republican Congress people to be mad at Babes.
Love it.
You just
Love
need
it.
one to get
Love
mad
it.
Okay.
about it.
Breitbart. We call where you at, Breitbart? Let's go.
Well, thank you guys for joining
right.
us.
Thanks
for having us.
Babes, May 24th. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.